Hey everybody, A. Marie Speaks here. Happy Tarot Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. I am outside. As you can tell, it's beautiful where I am. So I did the spread inside and I decided to come outside for the video, chat about the cards a bit. So I hope you have made your choice already and we can jump right into it. So if you chose card number one this week, card number one this week came through as Yule. Now, Yule is a fairy festival card, similar to traditional tarot's major arcana, so very weighted, a very energy-driven card, a large change card. Yule in itself is like Christmas time, and it signifies that switch in winter where the days start to become longer and the hope for spring is actually there. So with that in mind, Yule came through reversed. When it does come through reversed, a lot of times the cards are signifying either a fear of change or a lack of understanding in the cyclic function of the universe. So there is a new beginning approaching, and it's going to be something large, whether it is in the physical world or the spiritual world or mental. A big shift is coming for you. Most likely you can feel that it's coming, and either you're in fear, you're resisting the change, or a downright refusing, or you just don't understand that it's coming and you're feeling lost and you're feeling like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. So by drawing this card right now, Source wants you to understand that there is an end game, there is a new beginning approaching, and in accepting that things will change and that you're coming to a new beginning, you can kind of let go of that control. Sometimes with Yule reversed, it's a control battle, and you just have to relax and let the universe take the reins for a little while. Sometimes it can be something larger like ignorance or bigotry, caged mental aspects, and you're about to have a big epiphany or a big change. So keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that a new beginning is coming. So get excited and be open to changes and be open to what the universe has in store for you. Let's move on to card number two. Card number two this week came through as the Unseelie Court. This card has been coming through an awful lot in Tarot Tuesdays on Steemit. So, not to be surprising because it's a social card. Steemit is a social platform. Most of us who are on Steemit are looking either for networking or social connection. So I'm not surprised that it shows up a lot in the spread here. But it came through reverse this week. So when the Unseelie Court comes through reversed, it's kind of a message of boredom, of going through the motions. Maybe your friendships or relationships have kind of lost their appeal to you. Maybe you're feeling disconnected or bored. This card comes with a very strong message with it about shifting your point of interest and trying to revamp and get back the excitement. So maybe it's time to try something new, or look for new friendships, or go back to something old that you loved that you just haven't had time for anymore. That should really bring you back into a place of excitement and interest instead of this kind of bored, lackluster way of living where the world's lost its color and you're just like, oh, it's another day, another meeting with this person, or another task to do. When you draw this card reverse, the cards really want you to kind of shift your mental way of thinking and get back to things that motivate you and light your fire. So let's move on to card number three. Now, card number three came through as Garconer. This also came through reversed. We have a lot of reversals this week. So if you chose three and Garconer is reversed, there is a strong message for you to get your feet back on the ground. Garconer is all about like novelties, living in past memories or old loves, living through your past glories and just saying, oh, I wish I could get back to this time. Oh, if I could get back what I had back then, I would be in a better place now. Or if I had this person back, maybe you're dwelling on old relationships. Sorry for the sirens. I hope you guys can hear me still. But yes, maybe you are dwelling on your dreams too much. It's wonderful to dream, but when we're dwelling on fantasies is when you lose your footing and you lose your place in the real world. I'm going to take a page out of Tracy's book, Tracy York. Love you, shout out. And I'm going to quote Harry Potter here. J.K. Rowling is just amazing in her intuition and her insights in this. But she has this quote from Dumbledore, and he says, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. And I feel like that message is just super powerful, and it really goes so perfectly with Garcona Reversed, because that's really exactly what Source wants you to understand, is that when you dwell on these old victories, or you dwell on the way a relationship used to be or the way you used to be, you're trapping yourself. You're caging yourself in, and everything's meant to change. Everything evolves. So if you could just embrace that those things are in the past and close the book on that, I think really that's what Source's message would be for you if you chose card number 3 this week. So moving on into card number 4, here we have another Fairy Festival card. We have 3 Fairy Festival cards this week. Samhain, sorry I didn't even say it, but yes, Samhain also came through reversed. Samhain is like Halloween here in the Western world, that time of year. It's very psychic, very spiritual related card. It's kind of that time of year where the veil is very thin between the spiritual world and our physical realm. When it comes to reversed, it's a point of constriction, censure, a refusal to move, so being stuck kind of like in a stalemate. So maybe you feel like, you're standing still and the world's just passing you by, or perhaps it's something more like you feel disconnected from your spiritual self, your intuition. It can also be a ancestral related lineage, heritage type of card. So maybe you're feeling disconnected from your ancestral roots or your purpose. Source and the cards will give you Samhain reversed kind of as a nudge, telling you you need to really hook your roots back in to where you came from, back into the spiritual realm, and maybe try to connect with your guides. Now, if that's like too hippy-dippy for you, or you're not into spiritual guides, it could be more something like reaching out to an elder in your family who can maybe give you some advice. Knowing where we came from and knowing where you come from is one of the most important things in moving forward. Samhain is also that kind of like collective festival before Halloween, before winter comes. So it's like a buckling down. It's like a bringing in of those closest to you, of your family, of your resources, of your spirit, so that you understand that you are about to endure. You're about to endure winter, right? So if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling stuck, immobility is big with reverse Samhain. So maybe you just like feel like, oh, I need to change, but I don't know how, or oh, I feel disconnected, but I don't know why. Look into your heritage. Look into something that strikes you, whether it's your intuition and it is the psychic realm, it is the spiritual realm, or it's more something like looking at Ancestry.com or talking to a grandparent or a relative who's an elder who's still alive. Source wants you to find that connection, that rooted feeling. That's what's going to drive you forward. So that's 4, and let's jump into 5 here. If you chose 5 5 is Beltane, our third and final Fairy Festival card. Beltane just happened, actually May Day, so happy belated Beltane to all of you. I totally forgot to mention it in my last Tarot Tuesday video. I meant to do an extra kind of freestyle portion at the end of my video, but I wasn't having a good week, and so I totally forgot. Anyway, happy belated Beltane to all of you. If you chose card number 5, I bet you are feeling great, full of energy, vitality. You're just blossoming with new ideas, because this is exactly what this card encompasses, and exactly what the celebration of Beltane encompasses, right? Spring, blossoming. You see the flowers popping up everywhere. So think mentally, that's kind of what your brain is doing right now. All of these new ideas are coming forth. Hard work that you have done to endure winter is really coming out beautifully. So yeah, I would love to hear from you if you chose 5, and hear if maybe you're in a new relationship, or you've met somebody new, or you're ready to be married, or ready for a birth or something, because a lot of times Beltane signifies these great new love relationships. It's a big love card, so I hope that you're feeling the love right now. If you're not feeling the love and this is not resonating with you, the cards could want you to reach out to family, or to reach out to look for new friends, and that happiness will come from trying new things. So remember, you're in a time of spring right now. Let those ideas blossom, let your individualities blossom, and I think that you will be doing great. Yeah, so that is the full spread for this week. I hope that you enjoyed the card that you chose, and I hope to see you next week. Thanks.